Welcome back to the archive. If you haven't seen the first episode, aka May 2008, go check it out now for an intro to this series. Anyway, the first video starts off like this.
Locus is a great website where you can get stuff for free, or, well, not for free technically, but without paying any money. So this is the website Locus. Basically, I've got 90 points. The points are used to cash in on prizes. So for instance, you can see all the prizes there.
Locus was a great website that had you doing various things such as watching videos, trying out websites and so on to earn points, which you then spent on prizes, but since it's no longer around, let's just move on.
Okay, today I want to make a video on my school project, which is a McDonald's sort of menu sort of a thing. So let me just get this up. If I put my cursor over this, you can see the picture changes and the text at the bottom changes, and you can see for each burger that I put my cursor over it, it shows a different picture of each burger. Basically, if I click Big Mac, buy Big Mac, it'll add it there, and I can buy a few of these, see I can stack up things.
The pictures of the burgers showing as you moused over the buttons was quite a nice touch, and a lot of the people in my class actually copied my idea when they saw it. However, my final version of this application fixed the rounding issues, got rid of the default Windows button style, and added more burgers, so it looked way better than this. Since the next video is just me talking about how I went to an Apple store and asked if there was going to be an iPad 2 before the iPad 1 was even released, I think we'll just skip to the next video.
Okay, today I wanted to make an archive video of my 7-month-old sister Jasmine's new dummy. Check it out.
Soft rims around the edge.
Soft rims around the edge? It sounds like my mum's trying to advertise the dummy or something.
There's the new dummy. It's got a lovely pattern. It goes in the mouth and then starts sucking action. We've got to start having sucking action now. There we go. Sucking action, that's it. No.
So this is why the ad didn't appear on TV. It was a complete failure. Anyway, since the next video was just me testing out the transfer speed of a USB 2.0 device, which was around 20 megabytes per second, we'll just skip to the video following that.
Okay, today I want to make an archive video about a funny program I made. Now basically what the program does is it generates a sort of a random event. So I click the button and I apparently tried to draw a CD, which is a disc, like, you know.
We all know what a CD is. Seriously, Phil, your viewers aren't brain dead.
I tried to draw a clock. I ate a dog. I destroyed a teacher.
I swear, I'm not the kind of person that goes around eating dogs and destroying teachers. This is just a random event generator which chooses an action and an object, so if anybody's evil here, it's the computer that's putting all these phrases together.
I spoke to a cat. I bought a CD. I examined a girl. I spoke to a DVD player.
The only normal thing here so far is buying a CD. The rest is just inappropriate or strange. I mean, who speaks to their DVD player?
Kissed a CD. Ate a digital camera.
Yup, just like how I used to pronounce pumpkin as puncton back then, I also used to pronounce digital as digicool. Anyway, the rest of this video is just more weird phrases from my crazy event generator, so let's move on to the next video.
Okay, today I want to make an archive video about the new unit that my mum wants to get for us. Basically, we've been looking at houses for, I think, about a month or two. We've been looking for a new place to live. The problem is we've got only 2 bedrooms in this house, and there's 1 bathroom in the house, and there's a lounge room and a kitchen, and that's it. And the problem is the bathroom's getting too crowded.
I get the whole needing to move because Jasmine needs her own room, but what do you mean the bathroom's getting too crowded? Only 1 person needs to use the bathroom at a time. It's not like you have a whole audience or something that needs more space.
And also, there's no bedroom space because there's only 2 bedrooms. Where's Jasmine going to be? See, it's me, Jasmine, and my parents. And my sister just seems to have all her little... I mean, you really think I would have a house on my bed? And you really think I would have a bunch of nappies over there? And a little swinging thing that I would swing?
Could you imagine a teenage boy actually trying to get into that automatic rocker? Anyway, let's take a look at the place we're planning to move to.
We've chosen a new house, and my mum's set on this. She really wants to get it. It's going up for auction, Here's a photo of it.
Yup, that's the unit where the OS First Timer channel started, and in just under 3 months, we end up moving there. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, today I want to make an archive video basically explaining my sister's new thing that she does. So my sister is 7.5 months old. She's actually getting quite old now. Her favourite thing to do is stand up in this baby walker. There's 2 little holes in there for the legs. The baby stands in the baby walker like this, although they're a lot smaller, so they'll be right there. And then they walk like this.
Earlier we were talking about how funny it would be if I was in the automatic rocker, and now I'm actually attempting to walk in a baby walker. This looks extremely silly. Yeah, it's not a good idea for me to be in the walker, so let's hear about how Jazzy uses it.
She walks around in the house with that. So, like, she might see someone at the other end of the house. She'll walk and navigate her way through the house in the baby walker. So she has basic navigation skills. Sometimes she's a bit silly. Like, she'll just walk into a wall and keep on trying to walk through the wall, but it's not working.
Hey, at least she's experimenting with a wall as opposed to a cliff. Anyway, the next video is just me explaining that we made an offer on the new property, so let's just skip that video and move on to the big news.
We've got a new place to live in today, and there it is there. A nice view of the ocean. We quickly made an offer for the place, and we got it before it even came on the market. Amazing! It's got a great floor plan, see? Plenty of room for all the humans. Each room will have a human living in it.
Really? A human living in each room? I think there's something my dad's not telling me, because I don't remember any humans living in the lounge room or any of the bathrooms.
Any final notes or experiences?
Well, when the man called us today, we were very, very surprised that we got it.
Explain
Mum
something
and me
about-
both asked the man, is this true? Are you really telling us the truth? And he said, yes, he got it. But we still don't believe him.
I know real estate agents can hide the truth a little in certain circumstances, but trust me, they wouldn't lie to you and say that your offer was accepted if it wasn't. In fact, they're more likely to say the offer was rejected just so you offer more.
Now, talk about when we're going to be moving there.
We'll be moving there in 3 little bub months.
No, it's what day? What day we're moving there?
Sometime around June, I think, old cowboy.
June
June 4th,
Friday the
Friday the
something.
4th of something.
And once we move there, what are you going to do?
I'm going to put this animal on TV and he's going to start ruling the earth.
Mate, this is a serious video.
Oh,
Our
is
whole
it?
new house,
Oh.
yes.
Well, this is a serious video. So me and this little creature are going to rule the earth forever.
And this is really about the house, Dad.
Okay, this is actually getting creepy now. I think we'd better move on.
Tonight, I just want to quickly explain to you about what's going on. Basically, we bought this new property 2 days ago. We actually got it. Now we've got the problem, we've got to sell this place we currently live in. We've got to clean up the whole house, because Saturday the 27th of March, we're going to have an open house in this house, which means people are going to come and inspect this house and see if they want to buy it and stuff. And you know what, I'm going to have this filming my room so we see if anyone walks into my room at all.
The idea behind filming the open house was to ensure that nobody stole anything from my room, although we end up catching quite a few funny things which I'll get onto later. But for now, let's move on to the next video.
Today I want to make an archive video of my sister Jasmine. I put her in this, I wasn't allowed to. My mum thought it was funny though, so she took a photo. This is Jasmine in a little piglet costume, so she looks like a little pig.
Well, based on the way Jasmine continuously burped in the St. Helens video in 2019, you'd think she really was a pig. Anyway, the rest of this video is just looking at Jasmine in a little pig suit, so let's move on to the next video.
Okay, tonight I want to make an archive video just to show you how much of a mess my room is. Basically, I'll tell you what happened. We are moving. Basically, they came and took photos of our unit today, trying to make it look good, and mainly took photos of the lounge room, which is at the other end of the house. So the idea was get all the stuff out of the lounge room, put it in the bedroom, so it's all out of the way, because I want them to take photos of this room. Now, just look at my room. If I got out of bed, That's what I would say. We're going to be getting rid of that TV. 1992, they bought that.
Yeah, so basically, my room was just a dumping ground to hide the mess. Anyway, since the next video was just me talking about how cool it would be to have an Alienware Area 51, let's instead check out the blurry ad for our new unit.
Immersed in a commanding picture postcard 270-degree ocean and beach panorama, this spectacular, absolute beachfront apartment promises a privileged lifestyle simply without compare. Tastefully refurbished and covering an impressive 153 square metres, it opens seamlessly to a vast wraparound oceanside balcony. With direct access to Queen's Cliff Beach and unobstructed views that stretch along the entire length of the beach and across the breakers to wide Pacific horizons from every room. It features an expansive living space with a defined dining area wrapped in floor-to-ceiling glass that opens to the wraparound seaside balcony. Stunning open-plan Caesar-stone kitchen, 3 bedrooms, 2 with built-ins, each opening to the balcony, master with ensuite.
You're probably wondering what funny comment I'm about to come up with for that ad, but honestly, apart from how blurry it was, I've got nothing bad to say. It appears that only the videos I've filmed are cringy and worthy of insult, so let's move on.
I think my sister's starting to almost talk now, so I'm making an archive video. Okay, ready, gentlemen? Ba-ba. 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 Ba-ba.
After a few minutes, the closest I get to hearing her speak is this.
Baba? Did you say Baba? Ow, you're taking my shirt off, Jasmine.
Based on where her feet were, I was pretty lucky she didn't kick me in the face. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, recently I've been trying to make a game. Basically, the game's environment is a Windows 95 operating system to start off with, and then you've got a fake web browser and you're browsing the internet trying to get Windows 98 illegally by downloading it, which could lead to you getting viruses, or by trying to get money by doing hacking jobs, which could get you put in jail. So pretty tough choices you got to make there.
Yeah, what I'm describing here is an early version of my future game Histocom, although back then, the goal was to progressively attempt to illegally update an old operating system without getting caught, as opposed to the time travel game it ended up being. Anyway, back then it looked pretty awful with a UI that poorly resembled Windows 95, so let's just move on to the first open house.
Today, the open house is up. I can't see the time, by the way, but you can, but right there, the current time and day and all that's displayed right there. The open house starts at 11 and goes to 11:30. I've just got to get some glue tape so it doesn't look like it's recording. I'll be back.
So basically an open house is where a bunch of people who are interested in potentially buying a property come through to check it out, and I had my webcam stealthily recording with my monitor off to see if I'd catch anybody stealing anything. One thing I've noticed is that people never seem to be happy with my bedsheet. My dad comes in at 10:31 AM to fix it, and then again at 10:35 AM. At 10:44, the real estate agent comes in, adjusts my chair, turns on my light, fixes my pillows, and you guessed it, adjusts the bedsheet that had already been adjusted twice by my dad. And just when you think he's finished doing what he needs to in my room, he returns. So basically he realised that he'd forgotten to bring a pen to write everyone's names down, so without permission he came into my room and stole one of my pens, and yes, quite literally stole because he never returned it. Anyway, let's see some of the people who came to the open house.
It's a beautiful view. It's very strange. I mean, you'd have to totally renovate it.
Wow, that's offensive. She likes the view, but thinks the place is strange and needs to be totally renovated. Let's see what the man thinks.
This is bigger than our bedroom.
Oh, the ski room in here.
Well, he seems pretty happy. By the way, unlike Tasmania, Sydney is often hot and unbearable, so that's why you see so many people fanning themselves with the property brochure. Anyway, let's see who comes in next.
Hello. Welcome. There you go. Put my name.
Yeah, if you put it against the wall.
Oh, the turn that into a study. Good idea.
Take note, she liked my study area, which is basically a desk built into a cupboard, but towards the end of the episode, you'll see someone who strongly disagrees with her.
Study nook.
Just so you know, the ad describes my desk in a cupboard as a discreet study nook, so quite a few people noticed it when they came into my room. Anyway, the rest of the people who come into my room during this open house didn't really say anything, although we did catch the other real estate agent coming in at the end to adjust his tie in the mirror. Before we get to the next open house though, let's hear my sister once again attempting to say Baba. Baba? Baba.
Yeah, you did it!
She's not quite there yet, but she's definitely doing pretty well. Anyway, the next video starts off with my dad holding Jasmine's dummy in his mouth as he prepares the property for a private viewing, and take note, this person also likes my study nook.
They've got a little desk that they sort of built into their wardrobe there.
So that's good.
The next day, another person comes into my room and doesn't say a thing, but it almost looks like he wants to steal something. Oi, get your hand off my desk! Right now, he's looking at all my electronics, and then moments later, he proceeds to slide open my cupboard and look through my stuff, which is kind of strange if you ask me. Although previously during the open house there was a man who really liked the size of my bedroom, during the other private viewing another man came in and thought the complete opposite.
Well, put it this way, it'd be a bit tight because there's a built-in here. It's got one bed. You couldn't put a single bed and a bunk in it because the built-in goes right along the wall. You're very tight. I measured our queen-size bed before I left and I bought a tape measure. I'll have a look at that. It'd be pretty tight. It's a small room. Oh, the view's okay, but I wouldn't go out too much of a party about.
This person generally seemed quite negative about everything, but trust me, during the second open house, a lady comes in and completely trash talks my study nook.
This is what they call discreet study nook.
What?
This is what they call in the ad discreet study nook. It's a fucking desk in a cupboard.
Excuse me? I spent most of my life in that effing desk in a cupboard, as you put it. How dare you call it that?
No, they can't say discreet study nook. It's a desk in a cupboard.
But it's discreet. It's offers over 850.
Well, he's got a point. It is discreet. Basically, this couple is extremely rich, and our property advertised at $850,000 was the cheapest property they were willing to even set foot in. So the lady here wasn't impressed with it, but the husband tries to remind her that it's, in their opinion, selling for very cheap, and thus to lower their expectations. Anyway, since the rest of this video is just various other people walking into my room, such as a teenager and a man taking a photo, I think we'll just end this episode off here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode featuring April 2010, the month where my sister stands for the first time and finally speaks clearly. I'll see you then.